I want to take a few minutes to explain to you how the elevator lab works. Now, typically what we would have asked you to do, if this was all in class, everything regular, is to actually go out to a real elevator, like one at a downtown office building, and stand on a scale, measure your mass when nothing's happening yet. That's your true mass. And then you would ride the scale up a few times and down a few times, and you would measure the apparent mass. Not really a big surprise. As you're going up, your apparent mass seems to be bigger, and as you're coming down, your apparent mass seems to be smaller. We are definitely telling you, do not travel to any outside office buildings for the purpose of this lab. Not even remotely. We don't want you to do anything like that. Instead, we're just going to supply you with some data. And you'll see in the description of this assignment, we gave you both a true mass of your person that apparently is riding on the elevator for you, and then we gave you 3 trials for going up and 3 trials for coming down. So that is the data that we want you to use for your analysis. That and nothing else. Now, something that I do want to suggest to you as far as helping you out with doing all your calculations is look at the example that we did in the notes. Now, you might look at that and say, but it's backwards, because it is. In the notes question, we started with the true mass still, because I always gave you that, and said, hey, here's the acceleration of the elevator. Figure out what the apparent mass is. Now we're asking you to do the opposite. Take the apparent mass and work back to the acceleration. Yeah, we're asking you to do the exact opposite. So use the example that is in the notes, running through it backwards. So the reason why I think that would help you out quite a bit is that when people do make errors in this lab, it's mostly because of the way that they mismanage things like the signs on the values. So they put in positives where they should have been negatives or vice versa. And it ends up usually costing them some marks, especially in the analysis, of course. So when you're doing the analysis, take a look at the example that we did and imagine that you started with that the apparent mass, and see how you would have worked backwards through the calculations. Hey, where we're dividing, you would multiply, things like that, and making sure that you have the positive and negative signs in the right spots, and use that as kind of a model as you complete the lab. If you do have any questions, please, of course, get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to try to help you out.